Hey world, I'm Mo Stacks, and today I'm going to show you how to color correct footage coming from your drone. My drone footage always comes out a little bit flat, so I'm going to show you how to go from this to that using Lumetri Color and Adobe Premiere Pro. The first thing I'm going to do is play this footage for you without any color correction. This is some footage that I captured in Hawaii at Magic Island Lagoon. The next thing I want to do is click on the Effects tab, then bring up Lumetri Color in the Effects tab, and make sure that your footage is highlighted. Step number one is white balancing your footage. There's a color picker tool in the white balance selector. Click that and then click an area in the footage that best represents white. Then the next step I usually do is auto correct my footage to see what the software thinks is wrong. Here it thinks that it's a little underexposed. So my next step is to go to the Curves or RGB Curves tab in Lumetri Color. And I'm going to adjust the exposure as well as some of the blacks and the shadows in this footage. The first thing I did was adjust the exposure and brought the exposure up. Then I brought down some of the blacks and the shadows. The next step I do is I created a dot with my mouse to bring down the shadows and bring up some of the highlights to add contrast to the footage. And actually it looks like I brought up some of the shadows as well. Then I go to the red curve, and what I wanted to do with the red curve is kind of take it out of some of the shadows so that way I can get the green to pop more, but I don't want to do that too much. I left the green curve alone. And then in terms of the blue curve, you know, I brought some of the blue into the highlights a little bit more so that my sky would be a little bit more blue. Please click that subscribe button or that like button if you like this type of content that I'm delivering to you. The next thing that I want to do is go to the Hue Saturation Curves. In this particular footage, my main goal was to bring up the color of the water, which is teal. To do that, you use the color picker tool. Click in the area where the water is, which was that teal color. And that should create 3 dots in the Hue versus Saturation field. I want to bring that up to change the color of the water, and you hold down Shift to make sure that that middle dot doesn't go left or right. And then you want to adjust the left and the right dots outward to make sure that that color blends a little bit better. The last thing that I want to do with this is adjust the Luma versus Saturation curve. I create 2 dots. I bring the right one up a little bit and drag the left one to the left. And what that does is it brings up the less saturated areas of your footage. Here is a look at the final footage after it's colored. And just to show you what it looks like without coloring, that's what it looks like without coloring, and then adjusting it, and this is what it looks like with coloring. And you see that makes a major difference in your footage. Well, that's it. I hope that this tutorial was helpful and that you can use some of these tips to bring out the color in your drone footage so that it looks better when you're sharing it on social media and YouTube. I got this sweater from Dream Big. They always have some amazing gear. They had my black and gold colors, so I had to pick up this sweater. Hey everyone, I'm Mo Stacks of Mo Stacks Entertainment. If you felt like this video was helpful for you, please click the subscribe link down at the bottom and that like button.